Make sure we're on. Make sure we're on. Cool. What's going on, family? What's going on? I felt compelled to hop on for a second and share a thought that I've been having. Kind of goes along with my mission, but regardless of any of that, I feel like I need to get this out. And for somebody, maybe a group of y'all, whoever the case, whoever this is resonating with, you need to hear this. It's the time is now. The time is now. And the time has been here for forever. It's been here for quite some time, blatantly in your face. And you've been ignoring the messages. You've been ignoring the signs. You've been having that itch, most likely, or that inkling for something different, something better. You're not feeling fulfilled. You feel like your purpose is somewhere where you're not. The time is now to put in the work to find these things that set our heart on fire. The time is now to find those things that will be most beneficial for you. There are two ways of looking at the world that we're living in right now. The first way is we need financial security. And we do. I'm not going to discard that, discredit that. But the other portion of it, the other way of viewing life, is that you need spiritual security. We have begun, a lot of people, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people are selling their soul, selling their spirit. And I don't mean, you're on the street saying, hey, buy me. But you're essentially saying that I will forfeit my mission for some dollars. And I'm not blaming you, because the way that our society has been set up, that has been conditioned in you. That's normal to you. You think, well, if I don't have money, how am I going to survive? And that's a very valid idea. That's a very valid thought. However, your mission always comes first. And I'm going to tell you, is this what it is? If you pay attention to more successful people, or the financially successful people, a lot of the times they didn't put money first. They put a mission first. Innovators, creatives, visionaries, all those people, they put a vision, they put a mission first. They didn't put money first. They struggled and they starved and they were homeless, or they didn't have the resources that they have today. Is because they put all their energy and time and focus on their mission. They decided to put all their eggs in one basket, and that's contrary to what most people will tell you. I'm a believer in putting your eggs in one basket, a basket that you can control though. A basket that you can control. A lot of the times we try to mitigate risk by spreading our resources into other people's hands, and we hope that if we spread all of our resources into a whole bunch of different hands, at least one of those people will be trustworthy, or that we will get a good return on our investment. Whether that's money, whether that's opportunity, whether that's whatever the case may be. But I'm here to tell you, why would you do that? You have to begin to put the faith on yourself, in whatever mission that you hold most dear. And I get it. A lot of the times, we don't even know how to figure out what our mission is. A lot of the times, we just have like this stirring in our head, or like some idea, or whatever the case may be. But I'm here to tell you, if you pause for a moment, or for a lot of moments, you make it a practice to check in with yourself. And I really mean check in with you, not just sit still but be on your phone or just read books. 'Cause I like reading books, clearly. You got to learn how to sit still with nothing but just you. And I mean even attempting, if you're not clear yet on how to do this, without your mind running. And I know you might be saying, how do you do that? Sure, you heard it. And a lot of people may think it's the mainstream thing. You got to learn to meditate. You got to learn to just be with yourself and sit with yourself. That's how you realize what you were meant to do and what you were meant to become. Because guess what? There are only two options in life. You're either impacting or you're being impacted. And for a majority of your life, if not all of it, you are being impacted. Somebody has been telling you what to think, what to do, how to act, how to behave, what's good, what's wrong, what's right. But when have you really taken the time to just sit and think and analyze those things, analyze those thoughts, analyze those ideas? When have you taken the time to see if their map fits your course? We don't do that enough in this society, and that's why a lot of us are struggling, because we've subscribed to somebody else's mission for our life. We've subscribed to somebody else's formula for our life. I'm here to tell you that the time is now to awaken your inner alchemist, to awaken your inner explorer, to waken up your inner discoverer, to waken up your mission, and to walk in that mission. Let me tell y'all this. I say walk for a reason. You have to learn to walk. And I mean it, just walk. This society will have you running. This society will have you running and running rampant, and running like your head is cut off, running like there's no tomorrow. But I'm here to tell you, you're going to burn yourself out running all the time. Walk. Walking is sustainable. Walking is powerful. Walking is consistency. Walking is persistent. Learn to walk. And then walk in your purpose. Walk in your path. You got to learn to walk, y'all, in your in your mission, in your purpose. The time is now to realize and recognize those things. The time is now to realize and recognize what you came here to do. And I'm going to let you know, sometimes you won't see the fruits of your labor, because, you know, the same day you plant the seed isn't the same day you pick the fruit. However that saying goes. You guys already know this. It takes time. The time is now to learn and practice delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is the ability to put off pleasure for a later date, because you know it'll be grander, it'll be greater. Would you rather your one cookie right now or 10 cookies 2 hours from now? Just for an example. You know, I don't like cookie stuff, but you know, fruits, whatever the case may be. You have to learn to put things off, the pleasure off, until the end, and do what needs to be done right now. They say that delayed gratification is the difference between somebody, a child, and an adult. And if that's the marker, I want you to realize how many adults are actually around. How many adults are able to practice delayed gratification? Are you able to practice delayed gratification? Are you able to put off your pleasures for a greater pleasure? Delayed gratification, in my opinion, is the number one catalyst for transmutation. Right? Because you're taking some base chemicals in the present moment, and you're going to mix them and stir them up, or do whatever you're going to do with them to make something greater later. Right? You want to turn silver into gold, right? That's delayed gratification. I can spend my silver on something right now, or I can spend some time and have something of greater value in the future. The time is now to begin that process of transformation, of transmutation of where you currently are, to get to where you ultimately want to be, or where you're planned, or where you are destined to be. You don't want to waste another lifetime doing the same old things to end up in the same spot, to feel the same pain that you can work through. The time is now to learn how to work through things. Now here's the caveat, or here's the tip. This is the pro tip, you know. I say walk for a reason. Because you want to do things, you want to establish habits, patterns, behaviors that you can be consistent with. You don't want to just go cold turkey on things all the time, because essentially if you do that, you might be able to hold on to that lifestyle for a while. And I'm not saying you can't do it forever, but oftentimes you'll do it for a little bit, but that one time you slip back up, you fall back in a hole, and you end up deeper than where you currently were. It is much wiser and much more effective for the vast majority of people to take small incremental steps towards your future, towards your plans, towards your goals, towards your ideas and your ideals. You don't have to get there right now, but you got to start walking in that direction and continue walking in that direction. I promise you, it's a lot easier to keep walking on this straight line than if you just take off sprinting, because you're going to get tired. You're going to take a break at that tree. You're going to sit on that tree. You're going to get tired. You're going to get comfortable under that tree. And you know what they say? You lay your line, you die where you get comfortable. Harsh but true. You die where you're comfortable, because you stop growing. You get accustomed to that spot. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be comfortable ever, but you don't want to get accustomed to always just being comfortable. You want to expand. You want to get outside of that comfort zone. In fact, the uncomfortable zone should be the comfort zone. You know, it's sort of a paradox, but it's not once you really understand what I'm saying, and once you understand it and you begin to apply the knowledge. You don't got to do everything right now, but you got to do one thing today and do one thing every day. Just do one thing every single day and you will end up there. I think if you get 1% better over the course of a year, you'll be like 36x'd, something like that. Like you'll be monumentally ahead. It's not going to be 365%. You're going to be like, I think it's 36,000% better, like 36x, something like that. Y'all can do the math later. Get an amortization calculator and put 1% for 365 periods. What was I saying? But the time is now, y'all. The time is now to really start moving and grooving in the right direction. The time is now to rely on your gifts. Have faith in yourself. Roll the dice on you, because this is your life. And you don't want to look. A lot of times, people have this misconception about risk, where if you stay safe, you're not taking a risk. But you don't realize that staying safe is the biggest risk, because safety is not freedom. Safety is not freedom. When you are safe, you're not really free, because you're bound to the resources that you can currently see instead of the vision that you can accomplish or you can grow towards. So being comfortable, staying safe is actually a very large risk in your life. And I know people want to think that, you know, I want to live a long time, so I got to be safe. But let me tell you this, and this is contrary again to what everybody has to say. It is much better to live a short life and a life worth lived than a long life of safety in captivity. I'd much rather die at 35 than live to 80, but I'm just safe. I haven't grown. I haven't got out of my comfort zone. I didn't risk life on myself. I didn't trust in myself. I didn't lean on myself. I didn't build up some kind of integrity to stand and lean on. Family, this is important. The time is now. And I guarantee you, if you do not begin walking in your direction, you will fall victim to the patterns of your current conditioning. You will fall victim to it no matter what you have to say. You say, I'm going to do it later. Okay, I'm sure you said you'll do it later a year ago and a few years ago before that. You got to make a decision to start moving in that direction. And look, y'all, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to struggle. Don't be afraid to have issues, because no matter how well you plan, no matter how much you think you've accounted for everything, you're still going to have issues. It's called life. It's called growth moments. They're not always just obstacles. Those are just growth moments. Times for you to grow. Times for you to learn to be resourceful. Times for you to learn how to just get strong. Times for you to learn how to just, thug it out. Get over it. Sit with the pain. Address the pain. Feel the pain. And then transmute it. You turn pain into purpose. The time is now to start that adventure. The time is now to start moving in that direction. And I implore you, I encourage you, I don't need you to do it, because I'm my own person. But it would help you the best if you went out on a limb and lived in your purpose. If you put the chips on you. Stop putting the chips on somebody else to help you out. I know it may seem comfortable, but I'm just letting you know you're voluntarily going into servitude at that point. Now, I know some people are like, well, that's the only thing I can do right now. Look, if you're going to do that, at least start making plans. The time is now. At least start making plans on how you're going to leverage what you're doing. Yeah, hey, peace, Darius. I appreciate you, brother. Much love, homie. Much love. If you're gonna go into servitude, at least have a plan on what you're gonna do once you get the resources that you're accumulating. Don't do things willy-nilly. Yes, man. Just take the chance, y'all. I can't say it any differently. Just take the chance on you, and know that you have everything that you need to survive. You will come up with a way when you put yourself in those positions. Make a decision to grow, and I promise you, even when it seems damn near impossible, or it seems like, this is a hopeless situation, you will find a way to grow. Because I'm going to tell you this is the last thing I'm going to sign off. Right? Your mind, the brain, is a solution seeker. That's all it's doing all the time, is just seeking answers. So what you can do is you begin to leverage your most important resource, one of your most powerful resources. It's your brain. It's seeking answers. So what you do is you put questions into your brain so that it will seek out the answer. You know, Think and Grow Rich is a very powerful book, and one of the biggest takeaways, without giving the formula, is stop worrying about how. How is irrelevant. The universe takes care of how. God takes care of how. Allah, whoever you subscribe to, takes care of how. You or your higher self takes care of how. And it will tell you the how. God will tell you the how. Allah will tell you the how. The universe will present the how. You don't worry about that. You focus on the what, and you develop a plan somehow, some way, and you just go do the plan. You may have to adjust the plan, but it's okay. That's why I will tell you to always write plans in pencil so you can erase. But you got to make a plan. You got to go after what you want. The time is now, and you can't keep putting it off to later, because nobody knows when later is. There is no later. It's just the now. And when you say later happened, it's just still the now, because you're going to end up there, and then you're going to be in the present moment. It's not a later date. It's still the now. If you say, I'm going to start tomorrow, guess what? When you wake up tomorrow, tomorrow is not tomorrow. Tomorrow is now. You'll get it when you wake up tomorrow. And you say, what am I going to do now? So there's no such thing as later. There's no such thing as in the future. It's just now. It's just a very long perpetual now. And you have to learn to embrace and leverage the now, because that is a powerful tool for creation. It's a powerful tool for creation. And if you want to get a different viewpoint before I get off, imagine if you guys have ever seen those heart monitors, right? And the line is always like moving around, like it's going, and it boom, 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 right? And even when somebody flatlines, what's happening? The line is still moving. That's time. Time is, to a degree, a non-factor at that point, because it's going to move on regardless. All you're able to do with time is take advantage of it. And what do you do? How do you take advantage of time? You act in it. That's it. You don't wait till later, because there's no later. You act in the now. You act in time. That's why, they say God is right on time. You get it? Because it's always now. It's always when you need it. And what you need right now is take action, take decision, get moving. And I always offer myself to you all, because this is my purpose. Some of y'all know how to get things done. Some of y'all are a little more tapped in, a little more advanced, a little more technically savvy when it comes to your spiritual practices. So y'all don't need no help. Or really, you probably do. You might want some advanced help. But for my beginners, or for people struggling to transform, or struggling to get out of those roadblocks, struggling to get out of those low points, struggling to turn obstacles into growth moments, I offer my service to you. And the first thing I want you to do is go to my site, and I want you to pick up my book. It's free. Read it. See if it makes sense to you. If you want to take further steps, there's going to be instructions at the bottom of that. But that's it, you all. I want y'all to grow. I want us to develop. I want us to expand our awareness. I want us to expand in our purpose and our gift, and begin to work as a unity, as the solidarity that we came here to be. We're just pieces of a whole, and the more you realize your piece, the stronger our whole becomes. And the more people recognize their piece is an exponential growth factor when it comes to us as a unit, us as a group, us as a species, us as awakened souls. Do your part. The time is now. Alright, y'all, but that's it. My name is Brother Coasty at IALLG.com. We're always building bridges within to explore the world without. With that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.